Welcome to the RPG Podcast.
And we are live.
Oh God, Patton!
Presented by SHEATH. A Time Wheel production.
All right, here we go. What's up, everyone? We're back on another episode of Robert Patton Global Podcast. I'm here today with a recurring guest, David Acosta, Super Dave, we like to call him sometimes. How you doing, Dave?
I'm good. Tired, sore, but good. I'm alive.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm sore too. I think it's just because I'm getting old or something. I don't know.
Dude, we're talking. Oh, I brought that up today, man. I turned 30 in 2 weeks.
Wow.
I'm preparing. I don't know.
Oh my God, you're still a baby. Get
Dude.
out of here.
That's what everybody tells me, but like I always compare it. It's like when you buy a brand new car. Imagine buying a brand new car, brand new everything, and you put like 300,000 miles on it within the first 2 years.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
You burnt it out.
I burnt it out a little bit, yeah.
Well, you built up some resilience. You're using that abuse on your body to your benefit in that you're like transmuting it into something positive. Like a lot of people build up this work ethic from sports, which I attribute what you got from martial arts and fighting, and you're transitioning it into an online gaming profession type of thing.
No, for sure. And I say it all the time, and I don't think people realize how much they are in common. Like the work ethic with fighting, waking up early, getting your workouts done, eating right, making sure you're hydrated, and making sure you're not, because it's in anything. I can go work out for an hour and waste my damn time, or I can go work out for an hour and absolutely murder myself and make sure that hour is absolutely spent wisely. So, it's almost the same blueprint, like it's all your decision. If you want to do better, you can decide to do better. If you want to be stronger, you can decide to be stronger. And the same thing with all this. It's like I can decide to spend my day messing around on Fortnite, or I can spend my day, looking at marketing videos or whatever it is. So it's completely up to me. But it's the same work ethic,
Yeah. People don't realize maybe it is work to do these castings, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube or podcasts, whatever. There's preparation, I guess, that goes involved. I have a team, thankfully, so there's not too much preparation, which is you. So like you're the producer of this podcast and my Twitch channel and your Twitch channel.
Yep.
And so fortunately for me, I have it kind of easy, I guess.
But even then, you gotta find the right people, because just like I can go waste my time for an hour and work out, I can tell you I can do this, this, and this, but unless I prove it, unless I do the work that takes to me, if I say I can edit a video, and then I send you like a rough copy and it's just like so poorly done and like crap, then okay, maybe you don't know how to edit.
Yeah.
So it's it takes not only just, you're lucky enough to have so many moving parts that are so good, but it's not like, it takes a certain level of skill to pick out those parts to make sure the entire team is moving correctly. So it's a hard task for, either one of us.
I'm the man. I do have a good team. It is having a good team. And I feel like I'm very lucky and fortunate that people have come to me at the right times in our growth to obtain like positions in the company, which is still very small. It's like less than 10 people.
Yeah.
And we're growing really fast. And I don't know, just like having the right people is huge. People that are positive, not bringing everyone down and being like a Karen, if you will, or telling everyone what to do, how to live, what they should think. Everyone, for the most part, gets along harmoniously, which we all have bad days and stuff, but
no, even like yesterday, hitting that YouTube goal. I mean, there was like a little miniature party on the Discord chat, so it's like just getting a group of people that care enough to be happy when you hit milestones like that, that's hard enough as it is, you know. Like, you know, finding someone that isn't all about themselves or all about
Yeah,
whatever it is, you know, you have a team that cares about the team, which is hard enough by itself.
it's a beautiful thing to have that. Yeah, and it's like it all comes to these books that I'm talking about all the time. I highly advise you read it, even though you're doing well. It's Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude is the one we're currently reading by Napoleon Hill, and it's weird because you know you we can always use a little bit of extra motivation.
Yeah.
I can, you know, because you can get complacent and I'm doing well, I'm doing good enough. Do I need to push harder? Why would I push harder?
Oh, I was talking to my wife about that yesterday, man. It's about working out. I still work out to death every day. Like right before the Twitch stream, I was right over here. I have my own little section for it. I have my studio on this half of the room, and then I have all the workout stuff on the other side of the room. So I have a room dedicated just to it. But you know, like I think I like self-consciously feel bad about it almost because I'm in a way better shape than I ever was fighting, you know, and
That's funny.
I think that took time. I think that took a little bit of maturity to kind of understand that, you know, I was lucky enough in fighting to where I was naturally good. I can get on a mat and I could do pretty well no matter what. And that made me spoiled. So, you know, it took a long time for me to understand that I can also take my talent at an extreme hard work and be one of the
Yeah,
best in there. It took me a
yeah.
long time to notice that. So I am I am outside of the realm of fighting now, and I'm like, man, like imagine if I get back in there right now. Like imagine if I get in there with the cardio, with
You're
the
only 30. You could.
I've thought about it doing it for jujitsu because I still get jujitsu offers like every other month from like Fight to Win and stuff like that. But you know, I'm always just like, I don't know. Like I don't know if that's the field I want to go into.
What if the Contender Series called you?
Well, I got to throw some punches and warm these up. But like
And,
wrestling and jujitsu and all that, it's always like I'm still like on Instagram scrolling the jujitsu videos and kind of feeding the mind. And my old coach like messaged me on Instagram because I was a leg lock guy, and now all I do is cycle. My legs are the only thing I really work now. And he's like, ever thought about making a comeback now that you've been working on your legs for 2 years without really no jujitsu injuries, no
right.
nothing. I feel strong. I'm sore, but I feel like I can run through a brick wall nowadays.
Well,
And
and I mean, like possibly one of the reasons why you're in such good shape is remember when you were at Team Alpha Male and you were coaching and training and probably not giving yourself the proper recovery time.
yeah,
Tell me, I mean, I could be wrong because I have no idea.
no, in hindsight, I think it's almost the opposite. I was definitely working hard. I was definitely doing the classes and giving up. You know, now that I'm here today, I know I was given about 80%.
Okay.
You know, I
Okay.
was teaching. I was in the gym all day. I was selling memberships. I was teaching classes. I was doing the classes 2 to 3 times a day. But you know, it sounds weird, but cycling really taught me how to push past a certain point.
Weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
jiu-jitsu, like I said, I was just really good at it. You know, and it was just easy. I could, if all fails and someone is piecing me up on the standing, I could take them down, and I can do what I wanted on the ground. And it was always like the fail safe. You know, it was always I could rely on that. And then nowadays, you know, I tell them like my the like inner circle of people that know that I cycle so aggressively every day. Like there's a, you know, when you work out and you lift weights, you get to like your seventh, 10th rep, and you're like, this is burning. And then, you know, your rep ends and the burn subsides. With cycling, it's like, for me at least, it's like I get to that state of burning, and then there was something after it. And I got introduced to that cycling, not doing jiu-jitsu, not boxing, not kickboxing, none of that. Um, and it's a point of like, okay, this sucks and it burns, but we can't stop. We're not stopping because in cycling you come to a complete halt if your legs stop. So
Yeah.
the work it's over. You know, you know, and I got introduced to that new wave of I can push my body to another level with cycling, and I think that's what got me. Like with fighting, I thought I was doing 100%. You know, with cycling, I put out 150, 200% every single morning on that bike, and I feel it every bit of my day. You know, so
Well, I mean, one thing you said that struck out there about you can't just stop pedaling because the pedals are going and there's a momentum from the pedals going that isn't there in maybe jujitsu where someone's laying flat on top of you and now you got to kick start again
yeah,
and kick them off of you or whatever. Like one thing I use for momentum in life is, or was, like running. So if I ever felt like this just sluggish and just like I'm not doing anything with my life, and I'll have these 2 3 day periods where I'm like, what am I doing with my whole life? Even though I'm killing it, but I took these 3 days, I'm not doing anything. And it's because maybe I ate too many edibles. Maybe I'm just, sometimes maybe you're sleeping too much and you're just lethargic.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, but you get on the bike or you get on the path and you're running or cycling, and that momentum that you build from the workout, when you're done, it's like you're still kind of going, like the blood is still pumping and you can move into your workflow.
No, for
But
sure.
because you're already moving and stuff. So I think that's a great way to start your day.
No, for sure. Like, I think consistency and having a rhythm is, for me, super important. I wake up, I take vitamins nowadays. I take vitamins, I take the pre-workout, I get on the bike every single morning, and minimum is 20 miles on the bike. And then on a maximum, like last weekend, I think I did close to 100 miles on Saturday and Sunday. And it's just, it feels good to be accomplished. It feels good to set out for like Saturday was like a 35-mile goal. I did like 43 on that day, so 10 over the goal. So it just feels good to accomplish something, and to like, I feel physically stronger, and that just boosts up, my ego goes up, my motivation goes up, because I'm like, oh, I'm growing, like I'm growing physically, and I can feel it. And then
Yeah.
like what you were saying, the mental growth, it's a whole another thing to kind of chase around. So it's a you're kind of just like chasing your own tail, but like uphill at least.
You're great because you're growing at least.
Yeah.
What do you do for mental growth?
Dude, honestly, it's all working out. It's
Yeah.
all, yeah, it's working out. There's I follow a certain, like when I cycle indoors, right behind my desk is an indoor bike, and I follow like certain classes and instructors, and the way they can talk to me. I like different instructors talk different ways. Like there's commercialized ones, they're like, you can do it or whatever, and and there's some of them that will talk to, like, they feel like they're talking to me. There's 50,000 people doing these classes, but it's the subtle things, like like this one coach, he literally has like a phrase, and I'll say it in a, like, once a week, I'll catch it in a class, and his thing is, like, I'm not telling you you can do better, I'm asking you, can you do better? And that like registers with me, and I'm like, hell yeah, I can do better. And then I just start murdering it, because I'm like, yes,
Uh,
because it's such a decision to be better. And if, as long as I can just keep on that rhythm and understanding it's a decision to be happy, it's a decision to be better, I'm gonna make that decision every single day.
wow.
So
I love that. It's a decision. Sometimes I'm in a mood and I'm like, I'm deciding I'm gonna be pissed off and I'm just gonna fucking sit here and be a little fucking asshole for the next few hours.
dude,
And
yeah.
sometimes I even know, it's like I know what I'm doing, but my feelings were hurt. Or, I'm like,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way, dude. And like, even there's sometimes, I have kids and stuff, and I'm just like, nope, that's not. I can be annoyed at this or this and this, or I can just chalk it up to the fact that they're kids, and that's,
yeah.
that's just what I'm dealing with right now. And yeah.
I was doing a sweet meditation this morning, and it was like, imagine you're standing by a stream, and the stream is, floating down, whatever, the water's flowing down the stream, and there's leaves on the trees falling off and landing in the stream, floating by you, imagining it. It was pretty sweet, but what it was saying also kind of is that it's like your mind and ideas, they come and they go.
Yep.
And like, if your wife says something, then you're like, you fuck.
You're like, fuck that leaf falling in the water.
It's just let it go.
No,
And my
yeah.
wife is awesome, but anyone can be shitty at some point in time,
Oh,
including me.
oh yeah.
You know,
We're all
so
guilty of it.
yeah. Uh, but you can dwell on it, or you can let that leaf flow down the stream and be gone. And I used it earlier today, and it was pretty awesome. Just real quick, I was like, oh, okay, this thought that I don't like this thought, and it's a thought of, my wife had a previous husband, and I don't like thinking about that. I never want to think about that.
Yeah.
And but when I think about it, I'll like grab onto it and I'm like, what are you doing? Let it just go.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird mental just malfunction or something where I'm like, you know, but today I was like, let it go.
Dude, it's funny how similar your mindset is to mine. I'm the same way. Like, I'll start feeling a certain way, and I'm fully aware of how silly it is to feel that way about that, and let it affect what's happening next. So,
Yeah.
so then, dude, it's my body takes its toll, but I get in better shape for it. Every time my mind wanders like that, it's a day where I do 2 days. I'm like, I'm the
Uh,
second I start registering shitty thoughts like that, I literally get on my bike, I put my shoes on, I clip in, even if it is 15-minute class, real quick. The endorphin rush of a workout completely changes my mind.
yeah.
You know, and it reminds me of jujitsu. Like, there'll be times, you know, I've been with my wife Jocelyn for 12 years, so like she's been through the whole fighting career, everything. And like there we I always make the joke of it. It's like sometimes we'll be like bickering back and forth at the house, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go teach or whatever. And you go teach, you do a little jujitsu, roll around a little bit, and then you come home and you forgot that you left off at bickering, and then you feel
Yeah.
like $1,000,000 because you just worked out. And I'm like, oh, what's up, babe? And then you're like, oh, great, I forgot this was going on. I'm like, oh shit, like you know, I'm like, whoops, hi, whoops, I'm blurry now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it just kind of it. That's my secret little sauce to it. Is anytime my brain wanders, you get on the bike, I start working out, get the endorphin rush, and then I get back off. And I'm like, I apologize for all the shit I was talking, and this is over now.
Yeah. I do that with breathing sometimes or run. You know, I have like, it's like an elliptical machine. It's called an arc, and it's kind of like stair climbing. It's kind of like running. It's kind of like an elliptical machine essentially. But uh, yeah, I mean, when you're like thinking negatively and you sit there and stew in it, you're going to continue to sit there and stew in it
Hmm.
until you get up and do something. You gotta like, I remember doing Wim Hof breathing sometimes, or one time in particular, and sometimes I do it like so intense when I do the breath holding and kind of, I mean, like you're holding your breath during a portion of the exercise if people aren't aware, and sometimes you can like slip into a state of consciousness that I don't even know who I am, what I am, or where I am, or anything for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like a brain reset, and I come back, and then yeah, like anything, obviously, if I don't even know who I am or what I am or where I am, I don't remember some comment about the dishes or some shit, you know. So yeah, anything you can do to just move on, I think, when you're having negative thoughts. And it's like some people say you should have negative thoughts, like it's good, you know, blah blah blah, but there's always a positive way to see things. I don't know that there's ever, when is a great time to be negative, like what's the best time to be negative.
Yeah, dude. For me, it's like I feel like it's so different because like I like talk crap to myself and it
Yeah.
helps. You know, like
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm being lazy. That was a 15-minute class. That yes, I was sweating and huffing and puffing, but I can do more. And I'm like, I'll like convince myself that I can do that with negative thoughts to myself. Like, no, you were lazy. That wasn't a workout. That wasn't what you could do today. You know, and like negative thoughts register with me, and just like tough love registers with me. You
Yeah, me
know,
too, me too.
so it's like you see that, but then there's the person next to you that's like, oh, I'm not strong enough, and they get down because of it. So it's like it's
Yeah.
such a slippery slope with it. You know, I'm a weird dude. I register to getting in my own head. Like I told you that phrase, you know, I'm asking, can you do better? And you have to tell yourself no, and you have to look at your numbers on the bike and understand that you made a decision to say no, your numbers are going down, or you can make the decision to go say yes, and then your numbers go up. So it's like I register really well with like getting in my own head, and I can luckily funnel that into positive things like working out or you know whatever it is. But yeah, it's complicated a little bit.
The mind and working with people and motivating other people, I can get down with both forms of communication, where I like encouragement in certain areas, but I like people saying you're a pussy, you ain't shit. And then that makes me go too. I'm like, oh yeah, motherfucker, let's see who's a pussy and who I won't quit.
Yeah.
I'll run until my legs fall off or whatever. And I just am pretty competitive like that. And I like a challenge.
It's beautiful, man. As long as you can register with it and use it positively like that, whether it's positively like smashing your friend in a workout or whatever it is, like that's how I am. I got like my sister. I got a Peloton bike behind me. That's what I use for when I ride indoors. But I got my sister. My sister bought one, and that means my brother-in-law's got on it, and they've been at it for like 2 months. And that's all it is, man. It's competitive. Like I'll send them my numbers, and they'll do the same class and try to beat my numbers. The other day, my brother-in-law sent me a text, and he was like, I scored only 1 point under your score. And that means I still won that class. And my brain said, he can't be that close to me. I got dressed. I got back on that bike and smashed my other goal. I'm like, now you're 50 points away. Good luck. And like, I'm super competitive like that too. And it's good sometimes. And sometimes like today, I'm like, I need a breather. I need a day where I worked out. I did a 30-minute ab class before the twist stream. And I was like, let me just kill my stomach. I can let my legs rest for the day. But then there's days like today where I'm like, I need to breathe. I need my body to just come back to life.
Yeah. I mean, I have this HRV monitor on my bed, heart rate variability. And if it's high, like 70 plus, it's pretty accurate. I'll feel good. I'll feel, ready to work out. And if it's below 50, it's pretty accurate. I'm like, yeah, I didn't sleep that good, whatever. And I don't know that I follow it too much. I know Dustin the Diamond Poirier was on Rogan the other day talking about the Whoop watch.
Yeah.
You've heard about the Whoop watch?
No.
It it's basically like tracks your heart rate. It's a heart rate monitor on your wrist, and it tells you when you're primed for working out and whatnot. And he was having that same thing with the heart rate variability, but he's fighting for a championship. And he's like, I don't have time to worry if my heart rate is low or variability is low. I still got to go work out. Got to go work out.
Exactly.
So he just took it off. But I'm not fighting for the championship, and I do kind of listen to it. It definitely indicates pretty accurately if I'm gonna like how much energy I'm gonna have for the day. Either way, I get through, but some days are better than others, which is pretty typical for anyone.
Yeah, for sure. And not just that, like a professional athlete like that, I'm pretty sure he knows not only his body, but he understands the work he has to put in regardless of how his body's feeling. Exactly. So it's just like, you got to do it. You can't not do it, so you have to do it. And yeah, I'm sure he recovers properly versus, on days that maybe his body feels like death, maybe, whatever. But
I didn't like him. I didn't not like him. I just never really paid attention to him. And now, of course, he beat Conor McGregor, and I'm like, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, because I heard him on Rogan, and he just really seemed like a pretty down-to-earth guy that just seemed pretty fucking cool. And I like him. I like him now. I don't know who I want to win still between him and Conor. Sometimes I want someone specific to win, and sometimes I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for a fight like that, I think any fighter is like, I know this sounds like a Hallmark card, but like any fighter's winning whenever that kind of fight gets to happen, because so many eyes that don't care if you couldn't name the light heavyweight champion right now if you're a random person, but that Conor McGregor's fighting, so it brings a certain level of fan base into this and introduces them to fighting, which the more people watching hopefully leads to more people getting paid better. So as a fighter, I think they all benefit from big fights like this happening. But yeah, personally, I mean, honestly, when I got out of fighting, I watched my friends fight, and that's about it.
Really? I fucking watch every single thing. I'll watch Bellator and PFL and LFA.
They're all good, and I'll see them on Instagram or something, on your Explore feed. It's just all the fights. But
I mean, part of it is because we sponsor them, and I want to see, like, we sponsored Kat Zingano, and no, it wasn't Kat Zingano. Fuck, it was another one of those girls. I don't remember her name, but she was fighting in Bellator. Jesus, I'm an asshole. And she was wearing the SHEATH bra, and Gina Carano? No, it wasn't Gina. It was one of those kind of like almost champions that never made it type girls. Anyways, you don't. following it too much.
I'm leaning towards Raquel Pennington because
Yeah.
that's someone that you guys have.
We did have her. It was another one. Let's just say the first one, Kat Zingano, but it wasn't Kat.
I'll just
She's a
edit the actual
wrestler.
name after the fact.
Fuck. I'll come back on next time on like Twitch or something. Follow us on our Twitch channel at Sheath Underwear and Super Dave ×2. You can find
It,
over here.
It's been a while since you've been on Twitch now. It's been like 2 or 3 months.
Who?
You.
Shut up.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's been like 2.5 months since you.
Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch for you.
I go on every day. I mean, I'm twice a week.
Oh, I know, but no, it's been 2.5 months since you've been doing it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What do you think? Like, since you have done it, is that what
Yeah.
you Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, you're with me the whole time.
I'm like, what's happening?
No,
Okay.
yeah, you've been streaming on Twitch for now 2-3 months.
It's pretty. I mean, I try to be consistent. I like when people I listen to are consistent, and I think that has, like, I'll notice if Believe You Me doesn't put out a podcast on Monday. I'm like, well, what's up with that? And then it comes out. Sometimes it comes out on Tuesday, and that's fine. But I like that, and I think over time, I guess that's how you build an audience.
Yeah,
right?
no, I think everyone, especially, dude, I feel like you can copy and paste this with everything, but everyone wants instant gratification for their work, and that's not how life works, you know. And especially with Twitch, you know, people will start something and then finish something before they ever gave it a chance to be successful. Whether it's organic time on the internet to kind of let that snowball and grow, or if it's like giving yourself time to learn skills that you need to implement to grow. So it's like nobody gives themselves enough time, and people want to post something for a week and then be famous, and it's like that's not.
I need to go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then be better.
What?
Then be better.
Then be better.
Then
Yeah.
be better.
Well, and that means putting out more content, trying for thousands and hundreds of thousands of hours on end until you have that moment. And that, I mean, because like with Sheath, it took 10 years basically to get where, I mean, obviously to become an overnight success. And that's what a lot of these podcasters, even Jake and John, Paul, Lou, whatever, the brothers, I did that on purpose, but
whatever their names are,
they didn't start off with 25 million followers. I'm sure they started off with none, just like everyone else, but they've been doing it for a decade.
Yeah.
I think.
And nobody thinks about the first 5 years of their career was absolutely $0, zero money, free time invested, skills they have to learn by themselves, making the decision by themselves to learn it. Nobody thinks about that. Everybody sees them today and was like, oh, well, I want what they have today, but they don't want to do the work that they put in for 5 years, free hours, no salary. If anything, you're investing money in classes and courses and inventory, whatever you're doing. Nobody sees that, you know. It's kind of like the 10 years that Conor McGregor was fighting before anyone knew who Conor McGregor was, and he was damn good at it, you know. So he was good before we knew he was good, you know. And nobody sees all that. Well, they see it. Maybe they don't want to acknowledge it. Maybe they think, oh, I'm the one that's not gonna have to do it. Whatever. Like, no, we're all gonna have to work extremely hard for a crumb, you know.
Yeah, I mean, for your little piece of the pie. It's infinite pie, but it's not that, you know, you can get a little bit or you can get a lot, I think. And that depends on how much you're willing to give. Yeah. How much are you willing to put into the pie before you take some out?
Yeah. People are trying to take pie on day one. You're like, get your hands out of the pie.
Yeah, you didn't earn this pie, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, but so many people want something so quickly, and you know, kind of like streaming. Like, I know all about the world of streaming because I've been in it now for, you know, 3.5 years, and it's just the amount of I've probably met thousands of people throughout it. I can name 5 of them that kept on going, you know. And it's good and bad, because now for someone like me, I'm now only competing with 5%, not 70,000 people. So it's like, if I just do a little bit of work, I'm in the top 10%, you know. But nobody wants to do the little bit. You know, imagine if you worked hard. Imagine if you don't do 10% of work, you do 90% of work. Imagine what you could do. Is it quick? No. But is it going to pay off eventually? Yeah, if you work hard and you play your cards right, you're humble enough to say, okay, I suck at this. I got to get better at this. How do I get better at it? And nobody does that. Nobody thinks,
Well, I mean, and we've all quit on something, probably. I mean, and because I'm thinking of stand-up comedy when I went to kind of try doing stand-up in 2012, did some open mics, got some laughs. Uh, but I was like, this is too hard. It
yeah,
was too hard and too stressful and too much work. And it wasn't worth it to me. So, I mean, I guess it's like, how bad do you want whatever it is that you're going for? And that's an indicator of how hard you might be willing to work for it. And I guess I didn't want to be a stand-up comedy bad enough, but a comedian. But it was just it was weird. And I like podcasts and streaming because it's new every time, whereas with stand-up comedy you're repeating the same
yeah,
script pretty much verbatim
yeah,
on a same 3 times a night or whatever. And I was like, I felt fake. But I do appreciate the people that do it. And maybe if I was younger and didn't have sheath or but something, I might try again. But it's just wasn't. It's not. It's not for everyone. And
yeah. Well, not just that, and it takes a very innovative person. There's a difference in completely quitting and giving up and then sitting around and getting a 9 to 5 and living and dying. And there's a difference in quitting something because you acknowledge that, okay, maybe this isn't what I need. This isn't what I want even. And now I'm
yeah,
going to move on and attempt something else just as hard as I was going to attempt the other thing, but maybe I'm more passionate about this. Like
yeah,
fighting was like that, exactly like that for me. I'm like, I'm good at
mm,
it. I don't really like it that much, but I'm good at it. It pays my bills, and it makes my world go round. So let me fight until I don't have to. And then I got to a
yeah,
point where I didn't have to, and then try something else. And I pulled the trigger and put my foot on the gas for that too. And then after a full year of working on that, it finally started to pay off, and now we're here. But you can say, oh yeah, Dave quit fighting. That's a sentence that is true. But I took the skills I learned in fighting and marketing and myself in fighting, and I took that to streaming. And for me, I feel like I went through like a Pokemon that goes through like evolutions of itself. Like I'm on that stage 2 right now. Stage 1 was fun, but I upgraded. I didn't. Yeah, that's in my past, and I did kind of like kind of say goodbye to that. But I used the skills I learned in that to get something for me that I'm happier with. So it's just there's a real difference in quitting stand up comedy and then sitting in your mom's basement, or quitting stand up comedy, and opening up a business that is now 10 years in the rankings that you branched off, and now you're, like you said, you have under 10 people, but those are 10 people that would be doing something completely different if you didn't make the decision to push on this stuff. So
so it's so cool. And yeah, the 10 people thing is cool. I like that, because it's a small group, and as we grow, whatever, it'll be hundreds possibly of people maybe, but I don't know. I like the 10 people at the moment. It's nice because we can all share the pie a little bit in larger slices for each other.
yeah, not just that. You come across, it's kind of like in real life, man. I have, there's this a couple thousand followers on whatever, and then there's this group of 3 people that I have in the center where I'm like, I could tell you real life stuff. I'm not Super Dave. I am grumpy ass Dave, and I could express that portion of myself to you. And there's a certain group that I can be real with.
Yeah.
And I can ask advice. There's a group that have people that when I edit videos, like my stream stuff, I'll send it to them. Like, does this suck or is this great? Like, I don't know, because it's great to me because I'm in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's great because it's great or it's great because I'm in it. And I
Mm.
think it's me. So there's a inner circle that I can get real honest opinions from.
I feel like we're pretty honest with each other on the team, from the team aspect.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's times where it's like we could nitpick this bitch to death.
Yeah.
We need to put something out, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Otherwise, because a lot of people will stifle their own growth or future by talking themselves out of doing whatever they wanted to do because it's not realistic, or what makes me think I can become this podcaster.
Yeah.
But there's too many podcasters. You can say like, how can I start a underwear company? How could you do Twitch? There's already 50,000 Twitch people out there, and you're not good enough, or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's so silly, because that's, especially with content creation like this, YouTube and all this other like social, like people that try to make a living on socials, that's the number one killer, is people get in their own head and they want to like nitpick this and that. It's like, oh, you spent a year nitpicking and put out 2 videos, and realistically nowadays you have to be all day posting. The way socials work, it's like you have to full time dedicate this stuff. You have to be pumping out content 24/7 just for the platform to notice you. And so many people are like, well, look at this one good video I did last month. You're like, great, it got 17 views because that's the only one you put out. So I'd rather find someone that is able to pump out your quantity than your quality of it. You don't want trash going out, but there's a median. There's this is good enough to the point where it's professional enough, but it's not a Marvel movie editing. Like,
what do you think about how much content is not too much? Is there such thing as too much content?
It depends on the platform. So like something like YouTube, YouTube will actually tell you need to be posting once a week for our systems to grab your video, and then you have so many other things like thumbnails and descriptions and titles and whatever that go into it. But then you have something like TikTok that you have to be posting. They recommend 3 times a week. I'm sorry, 3 times a day to be posting on that platform.
Facebook?
TikTok.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I zoned. I was looking at the logos. Go ahead.
It's all good. No, yeah, TikTok is 3 times a day. That if you post 3 times a day, and I've trial and error all the nonsense that they spit out, and it works. Like
okay.
Like the first couple of, I would say like 4 weeks was like 1 video a day. Let's see what this does, and it was slow traction. And then when I started posting 2 to 3 times a day on it, Monday through Friday, the SHEATH TikTok went from 26 followers to now pushing almost 400 in 6 weeks, just 6 weeks.
Nice.
So it's like, oh, okay, this is actually working. Now I can take the 3 times a day, and then I can narrow down my work ethic. So I know 3 videos a day is my minimum. But what am I doing with those 3 videos?
Yeah, what are you doing with those 3 videos?
So here's my.
I've seen you. I've gone on there. It's a lot of workout stuff from what I've seen. Continue.
Yeah, it's so the way I do it is I have an introductory video, I have a just speaking video, and then I have an actual workout. So I'm hitting different kind of variations here. The people that are already following, I need to give them workouts because that's why they followed. So there's the workout video, 1 per day. And then I have the motivational stuff, people that just need me to tell them to go do something. And then I have the introductory stuff, the people that don't know me, they're never going to see me, they're going to see this video for the first time. And then that way I'm like, I did a video the other day that was like, hey, my name is David, and I think I said like, well, do you ever wonder why is this guy telling me how to work out? And then I went through and posted all the endings of all my fights. Nice. And then at the end of it, I was like, give me a shot, drop a follow. And that video literally overnight grew 67 followers on the SHEATH account. Overnight.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's like there's each video has its target audience. And so that's the way I'm wiring that. And a lot of it, like I said, is trial and error. Sometimes then you could break it down even more and say, okay, this workout, one of the 30 videos is a workout video. How am I doing that workout video? I found that every time I don't have an intro to the video, it creates more traction. So what I start doing is like, say if we're doing upper body today, I'm like biceps, triceps, and shoulders. And I immediately got your attention with that. And then that's how the videos have been working. So I'll be like biceps, triceps, shoulders, bicep curls, 10 reps, 10 reps, 4 sets. And I go right into it. And I don't give you a chance to lose your attention span. So it's been trial and error to knock it down to this tiny little thing. And now I can, my videos were a minute long, and now they're 35 seconds. Because I understood when I post a minute, the watch time was 30, 40 seconds. People are losing interest within a minute. So I'm like, okay, I have to adjust to that. So
nice.
35 seconds is my 35, 40 seconds is my cap out of my workout videos. But that means that you have to edit and know how you record to know I have 45 seconds to explain an entire workout. You know, the recordings are about 2.5 minutes, and I break all that down, cut out every mute of time to 45 seconds.
Wow.
So
That's pretty cool.
you know, that's all trial and error stuff, and it's all like, it's all a lot of work, and people don't realize. They just see the 45-second video. They're like, that's easy, but they don't realize how much thoughts and how much trial got me to that 45 seconds. You know,
That's awesome to hear. Well, something you said made me think of something possibly synergistic that you said sometimes they just need you to tell them
yeah,
something. You were like, and I've never seen like you're scrolling. How many? We've all been scrolling for years. Nobody's ever like looks in the camera, and maybe I'm wrong, and says, "You are worth something. You are highly valuable, and I love you." Or so, you know, like something where you're sending a message to the person listening. It sounds like maybe you're doing that, or maybe you're doing something else but you're talking to the person watching. And I've just I've never seen what I just kind of described, and I wonder if that would resonate, or people would be like, "Fuck this guy."
Oh, dude, well, you're definitely gonna have people saying "fuck this guy," but that's not who we're selling to. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
We're not selling to the people that hate the waistband of Sheath. We're not selling to you. I don't care what you think. I care what all the other people think. You know, because you didn't even give me a shot. But yeah, no, dude, marketing 101. If you're selling something free, you have to relate to that person. So what you just said is perfect. It's if you go back into some of those TikToks and just kind of scroll, you'll see some of my like Hallmark type videos, you know, that are, you know, and my outlet is relating to you. I am a professional athlete. I work out to the extreme every day. I take a lot of vitamins. I eat right 60% of the time, you know, and it's just like people see a video of like, hey, I'm David, and here's me knocking a dude out on television, and they can't relate to that at all. So you got to find a way to get that connection, and the way you said it is exactly how you do it. So like, if you were to make a video, I don't say, hey, look how strong I am. I say, look how strong you can be, you know, and that's the way we talk to people. We talk to one person, one to one. Like this camera view that I have right now is who I'm talking to, you know. I did one the other day that was, I got on the bike and I just didn't have it in me that day. I finished the workout. It was a good workout, but I was just like, I just didn't feel strong enough, you know? And then I quickly turned around, I put the camera up, I put my tripod up, put the ring light up, and I started recording. And the video purpose was for you to relate, like, not every day's great. Not every day I hit my goals. Not every single day I feel like I can run through that brick wall. But it's okay. You know, I can shake it off. I can try again tomorrow and no skip of beat. I'm not going to be down on myself. I'm not going to be any of that. I'm going to work hard tomorrow. You know, and relating in that sense, because a lot of people fail. A lot of people do workouts and they feel like they maybe didn't have it in them, or they're not growing, and you got to find a way to connect to them. And the way you said it, exactly it. I got to make sure I'm catering to you behind the camera, not catering to me. You know?
Right. I you know, I love podcasts, and I don't really watch traditional television anymore.
Yeah.
But so I there's a guy named Jordan Peterson. Most people have heard of him. I love that guy, and he'll like be telling stories, and he'll like start crying about how much good he's doing, and he's trying to tell people, he's trying to encourage young men to be strong and take care of themselves and their families and lift themselves up and not be a victim. And he's like, you would be surprised how few of these people are ever given a word of encouragement. Yeah. Everyone's so beat down, and you know, you're diminished because you're white or whatever, these days. Is, yeah, a man, and whatever it is, society. And so if we could all like be a little bit more encouraging to each other and lift each other up instead of trying to, you know, step on someone's back or whatever. Yeah, or be better than them. And you can still be better than them. That's your own little mental thing. But
we hide that in the back of the brain.
Yeah, help them get better, and that'll make you better. Because if you're competing against weaklings, you know, you're not as good as you could be.
You're the tallest midget. Yeah.
So lift your friends up, let them do better than you for, and then until you get that motivation to step up your game. So that's why I try to hang out with people that are successful and, it's some aspect of their life, that so that, it gives me a measuring point, I guess, to like what I need to do and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's the whole mentality is why I moved my entire family across the world to go to Sacramento and train there for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because I knew I felt like the biggest fish in Houston, and then I'm like, I'm not getting any better, but everyone thinks I'm great. And I'm like, well, I went from the biggest fish in Houston to the smallest fish in Sacramento. I'm like, okay, this feels a little bit better. It's worse because I get my ass beat every day, but but it's better. I feel like I'm getting better, and
Yeah.
there's that aspect of it, and then there's like literally at the end of every practice over there, hearing someone like Uriah Faber tell you that you can work harder, that you can do this and you can do
That's
this.
so cool.
There was, I'm sure to a certain point I was taking it for granted, because that's such a strong statement from such a strong human being that has proven it, and you hear that stuff and you're like, yeah, I guess I can, I can be better, and I still have that mentality today, and I have no reason to be in this good of shape. I have no reason to be able to bike 50, 60 miles in a sitting or whatever it is. Outside of my own personal, I guess, achievement saying I can do this, I have no reason to do this, but I still feel it inside of me like, oh, I gotta be better. I posted something on the street TikTok, dude, like 2 days, yesterday actually, and it was, I just want to be 1% better than yesterday. That's it. I want to know. I'm a little egotistical about it, so like I have heart rate monitors that measure my heart rate to make sure my heart rate's going lower as workouts get intense. And I have my numbers, I have all kinds of wiring to my bike to where it tells me my output, my cadence, my speed, my overall output. It'll tell me the last time I did a 30-minute workout and my scores then versus today's time. So like I have a lot of numbers measuring it all, and my goal is if I get on the bike today and I do better than I did yesterday, even if it is by a 0.7, 0.5, then I'm onto something, and I'm not taking leaps, I'm taking baby steps, but
Yeah.
I'm going forward.
And a year later, you're 365% better.
It sounds so silly, and people are like, oh, well, like it's so easy, and everyone feels like it's a secret. Like, no, you just like we said earlier, we just make the decision. I literally make the decision to be worse or better. And sometimes it's worse. Sometimes I make the decision of saying it's raining outside, fuck today, I'm in a bad mood all day. Like sometimes that's the case too, but as long as it's not, 90% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, consistency is key to any successful person, because like you said, you started off with 70,000 people, Twitch competitors or whatever, and now there's like 5 left. Yeah. And I don't remember the exact numbers, but point being, most people quit like way before success would even be a reasonable thing to consider. Like, you think you're just going to be successful in 2 weeks? You better give it 2 years minimum.
Yeah.
To get noticed. And then, most people will have fallen off by then. You will have gotten better, but consistency and showing up and doing the whatever it is, is what it's going to take in order. You can't just half-ass this shit. I don't think you can half-ass anything to success. Let me think. I don't know.
I mean, there's probably a handful of lucky people out there that kind of just posted one YouTube video and there was no talent or skill involved and they kind of got famous on it. But they are the exception. I'm not going to base my daily life on the exception. I'm going to base my daily life on the other 99.9% of the people out there that are working hard and not successful yet. So I'm a numbers guy. If you show me something that's factual, I believe it. As it should be, I think.
Yeah.
And if you're going to tell me that 99% of the population is unsuccessful in this field because they give up too early, then I'm like, okay, I understand that, and I understand why they fail. So let me go the other direction.
Yeah, they fail because they quit. I mean, that's the easiest way to fail. You don't fail until you quit. Because if you keep going, you'll figure it out at some point down the line. Yeah, and then succeed.
Yeah, like as long as you're innovative, as long as you're aware that I could have started Twitch and invested no dollars into my setup or no time into my skills and had shitty quality, and my mic could have been staticky and my webcam could be blurry. I could have done that for 3 years and be like, oh, I did it, I tried, and that's just it. But I was innovative enough to know, oh, audio's first. That's what they hear. If I have a crackly mic, everything else could be perfect, and they're not going to want to hear this. So that rules me out. Okay, the mic is the first upgrade. The webcam's the second upgrade. The processor, the GPU, the screen, everything was slowly upgrading because I was innovative enough to say, I need to, if I want to have big goals, I need to at least give them a big product. I gotta give them something worth selling. Because can you imagine if like someone just you walk into Walmart and someone's like, buy this television. You're like, fuck out of my face. Like, tell me why I'm buying this television. Tell me why I need it. Tell me, sell me on it. And
Yeah.
that's the concept, right? It's like, get out of my face. If you're not going to why would I give you an ounce of my time if you put zero work into this? And it shows.
Yeah. Maybe show some interest in me personally somehow before you try to sell me something.
Yeah.
Butter me up a little bit.
Just slightly. Just, hey, how is your day going? Start dialogue before... hey, how's your day going? Oh, it's going good. You're on Netflix? Yeah, I'm on Netflix. You watch a ton of TV? Yeah, I watch a ton of TV. Great. This fucking TV's perfect for you. Do something.
Yeah, make it make sense. No segue, just straight into the sales pitch. Speaking of which, go to sheathunderwear.com and get your draws on. Get some comfy draws.
Dude, the best ever.
Yeah, and you will get 20% off if you use promo code RPG. This is the RPG podcast. I'm here with David Acosta, Super Dave ×2. We're talking real talk.
Real talk.
We're trying to encourage people by being a good example also, I think.
Yeah. No, dude, I think there's a fine line between, to other people at least, like my type of encouragement and my type of realness deters a lot of people. And I find that, and I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad that you are upset that you're not successful. That's it, and I'm giving you tools to be successful. And because those tools are very heavy and you don't want to pick them up, it doesn't make me the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'll help you fucking pick it up. I'll grab it with fucking two hands too and help you pick it up. And then most people don't even want to contribute to that. So it's like, I don't know, man.
Dave, you're like the key to success, so to speak. But not every key fits every door, and maybe their door is a different, pathway. And so they're not really gonna vibe with your message, but maybe someone more militant or more kind of nerf, soft, very safe space kind of communication style would work for certain people. And then that's why we vibe. We're cool, and the people that we're vibing with are kind of vibing.
At the very least, they understand us.
Yeah.
They're either on our team or they tolerate us. Like, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. It is, I mean, I think there's a little bit of that tolerating because they're just here and they're like, all right, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Dude, or it could be worse. Like, it's just... I don't know. I think that's my major frustration in my entire life is seeing other people not live up to their expectation. It's so frustrating. And I'm just like, stop it. Just work harder. Try that. Have you tried that? And it's so frustrating to me. And I'm just like, I just want to see these people grab onto something and strangle it, and really go to town on it and really do work. The amount of people that complain about not being in shape or being, not like, liking the way they look in a mirror or whatever it is. You're like, that's a decision. Just decide. I'll help you. You know how many free workout plans and free diet plans I've written to watch people not follow through with it. It's just like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I have my Steven sends me some stuff. I'm like 2 workouts behind. But anyways, like, make a decision to be successful, make a decision to be fit and healthy, and have a positive attitude. Be a pleasant person. Don't be an asshole. And I think that can be the message for today's podcast.
Yes, sir.
Follow at Sheath Underwear on TikTok, and you'll see Dave. Dave's the face of our TikTok channel.
Yes, sir.
And obviously growing it exponentially. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure it's the YouTube with the Sheath logo, because the one there's one that has like a little grayed out slash through it. That's the wrong Sheath Underwear channel. We got banned. Follow us on all, probably wherever you listen to podcasts. Tell your friends about the YouTube channel. We try to put out good content, and we're doing more and more. And I was going to say that because you were, these algorithms and stuff, and like what's best for what platform. That's awesome that the answers to that. We'll have to talk more about that. But if you're on TikTok and you want to be getting higher rankings, post three times a day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to sign off with?
Oh, I could talk to you all day. No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
This was good. Yeah, I felt like we could go on for a lot longer. I know that I have some family duties, whatnot to do.
Oh, I have 2 little ones right behind my second camera here, literally just waiting for me. So I can chat.
Yeah, but that was good. That was fun. That was it flowed very well, and I appreciate everything you're doing for the team, for me, helping me here with all of these, with the Twitch and podcasts and stuff. It means a lot. It's very helpful, and I look forward to doing more for a long time to come.
Yeah, dude.
All right, people. That's it. Yeah. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
See you.